When Cristiano Ronaldo made his move to Al-Nassr, the world collectively scratched their heads. Saudi clubs? What did we really know about them? Handful of names perhaps, but beyond that, it was all a mystery. But times have changed, my friends. With the arrival of several global superstars to the Saudi Pro League, it's safe to say that clubs like Al-Nassr, Al-Ittihad, Al-Ahly and Al-Hilal are now on our radar. And some of us go even further and know who's leading and playing well in that league. But during this last summer of Saudi madness, there were also other Arab teams making big moves in the market. And one transfer that piqued my interest was Yuri Medeiros to Al-Nassr. I know him as a solid Portuguese league player, so I wondered why a team bringing in stars like Laporte, Mané and Telch would want an unknown player from Braga. Turns out, I just got a bit confused. Medeiros joined Al-Nassr, but not from Riyadh as I initially thought. Instead, he joined the Al-Nassr team from Dubai. Wait a minute, are there more Al-Nassr clubs? But that wasn't my only misconception during that summer. Julian Draxler, a former PSG player and World Cup winner, also made headlines by joining Al-Ahly. That in itself doesn't seem shocking, but when I dug into the details, I realized he was heading to Al-Ahly in Qatar, not Saudi Arabia. Both of those transfers and the fact that I already knew Al-Ahly from Egypt piqued my curiosity and made me dive deep into the rabbit hole of Arab team names, and boy, I had no idea how repetitive they could be. So I went on Transfer Market and typed Al-Nassr and Al-Ahly and found numerous teams from various Arab countries with the same names. Odd, right? At first, I thought they were all affiliated, but then again...
You are dead wrong.
In fact, the reasons why they tend to choose the same names are actually quite logical. If you follow American sports, you're probably aware that they don't name their teams Los Angeles Basketball Club or Houston Baseball Club. Instead, they usually pick a marketable name and attach it to the club, like Celtics, Bulls, or Blackhawks. Well, many Arab clubs usually follow the same logic. For example, Al-Nassr means victory. Such a common word is bound to be adopted by other Arab clubs, especially since Al-Nassr have always been a dominant team in the Middle East. Al-Ahly means the national, and it was first adopted by the Egyptian Al-Ahly. Since they're the most decorated club in the world, it's logical that many teams supported by the government or with affiliations to patriotism would choose the same name. Al-Ittihad and Al-Hilal, although not as prevalent as the other two, also have counterparts in other countries due to the meaning of their names. Ittihad stands for union, which is a word used or adapted by clubs all around the world, while Hilal means crescent moon, a very significant symbol for Islamic people. On the other hand, Al-Shabaab, who was left out of the investment fund but is still an historic club nonetheless, means the youth, and is also very prevalent among other Arab football teams. Of course, there are still many clubs from those regions named after places, like Al-Sadd or Al-Rayyan, but even the cities' names normally have a clear meaning. For example, London in current-day English isn't associated to anything other than the city itself. However, Al Ain from the United Arab Emirates literally translates to the spring or the eye. There's a fascinating football culture to discover in the Middle East, and although many critics will claim that the quality of play is still miles away from the European or South American game, the fact of the matter is that these clubs have history, tradition, and their rise in popularity brings more eyes to interesting football facts that we probably would have never discovered otherwise. And that is it for the video. I hope I've answered the question in your mind. If I butchered some of the team names, I apologize, and be assured that I tried my best to name them as correctly as possible. Leave a like if you want to watch more informative content like this, and subscribe so you never miss the most interesting football discussions, stories, and top 10 lists. I'm so close to 2,000 subscribers, and with your help, I'm sure I can reach that goal until the end of the year. Thanks for watching until the end, I appreciate your support, and I will see you soon.